Hello and welcome to Music for the Masses, channel where we talk about all things music. And today I have a good one for you. But before we get into it, how are you guys doing? I'm doing fantastic, and I hope you guys are doing even better than fantastic. I've got a good one for you today. We're going to talk about my stereo equipment. And so I've had people comment on previous videos asking questions about my stereo. So I'm going to share it with you, and not that it's a stereo that's worth bragging about, but I think it's okay. I mean, it works for me more than enough for my living arrangement. And I actually have two systems. I have one downstairs and I have one upstairs in my master bedroom. So yeah, let's get into it. And I will share with you what I've paid for my equipment and where I got it. And so I've done videos in the past where I've shared with you how to get stereo equipment at very reasonable prices, actually dirt cheap in many of the cases. And hopefully it inspires you to build up your system, because a lot of people have a like Bluetooth technology and they have like maybe just a speaker. I do have a Bose speaker, but I usually take that for like picnics or if I'm going to the beach or something like that, so I can have my music with me. So let's get into it. Please make sure you like and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Helps the channel to grow. So let's get into it. Okay, so behind me is part of my stereo system. So right off the bat, what my stereo system consists of is a pair of tower speakers. I have two turntables, a receiver, a equalizer, and a CDJ. That's what I play my CDs on. But let's get into the specifics, okay? So I have a pair of Polk Audio towers. I'll list the model numbers on the screen so you can get an idea of what exactly I have. I have this pair of Polk Audio tower speakers. And you know what? I actually bought these on OfferUp. For you guys that are out of the country that may not have an OfferUp, it's basically like it's a site where you go on, people list their stuff, and then you go on there and you buy it, you meet up with them. Some people ship, some people don't. So I bought these, and these things were brand spanking new. And yeah, look at these things. They are absolutely amazing, and they sound incredible. So I bought this pair of Polk Audio tower speakers, and I paid up for them. I actually paid $400 for them. I think they'd set you back about I think when I looked them up, they were like $1,200 for the pair. But I paid $400. For those of you who have followed the channel at all, know that probably killed me to do that, right? But I really liked them, and what I liked most about them was that they matched my turntables, right? You see, so you see the silver there, you see the silver on the turntables. Yeah, I really liked it, and these things, they thump. So, which leads us to the turntables. So the turntables, they're Newmark NTX 1000s, and the cartridges are Otofron, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And so I paid, I think, roughly $500 a piece for the turntables, and I paid like $120, $120 for the cartridges. But the reason I have two turntables is because they were actually a part of a DJ setup. I had a Pioneer system with some Behringer powered speakers, so I got rid of the mixer and the speakers, but I did keep the turntables. And you know what, to be honest, if I wasn't buying it as part of a DJ setup, I probably just would have spent $1,000 on just a nicer turntable. But these things work perfect. They're very sturdy turntables, and they more than do the job for what I'm doing here, right? But eventually, I think I'm going to sell them. I have the original boxes and all the paperwork and whatnot. And just buy one nice turntable. So that's what I have there. Moving along to the actual receiver and equalizer. This is a Pioneer receiver, and it is a SX255R. I think this thing only puts out about 60 watts a channel. maybe 100. With the equalizer, it's model number GR470. I picked these two pieces up. I paid $15 for this thing at the thrift store, and it's in excellent condition. And I picked the equalizer up on eBay, and it was $40 free shipping. So check that out, guys. I picked this set right here, which is basically the heart of my system, right, for 55 bucks. Okay. So down below, and I'll make sure I put some video of all these things up close, is my Numark. It's a CDJ, and I picked it up brand new in the box for 115 bucks on OfferUp. And again, it was one of those things where I was trying to put together a DJ system. It worked out perfectly to fit in that cubby because I didn't want to go too high with another CD player. And I have a 5-changer upstairs, and we'll get to that later. But yeah, 115 bucks. There you have it. That's what I have. And then I have this, my shelving here that I bought at IKEA. Yeah, I think I paid 100 bucks for it. And it was one of those where you could stand it up or flip it on its side. And I basically bought some legs at IKEA, 4 legs, and I just mounted them on the bottom, and it serves as a nice stand. So that's this portion of my stereo that's downstairs. Now I do have another set of speakers, and I also have a reel-to-reel player. So let's go take a look at that. Okay, so here's my reel-to-reel, and then I also have my 45s here. So this is probably the first 45 that I can remember buying, and I don't know if you guys remember these guys. It's Tony DeFranco and the DeFranco family. On this one, it just says the DeFranco family, but later on, I think they changed it to Tony DeFranco and the DeFranco family, just because of, I guess he was the cute kid type of deal. And I believe this guy lives locally down there by like Balboa or something like that. But he's always posting on Instagram. Still looks really good too. Anyhow, and then this one right here, this is from my son's band, and it's called No Way Out. It's a hardcore band, and if you guys like hardcore music, definitely check it out. I'll drop it in the link, and you guys can give them a listen. And they are on like Spotify and Apple, so you can give them a listen. Yeah, who knows? Maybe I turned you on to some really good music that you like, right? But here is my reel-to-reel, okay? And this thing, guys, sounds incredible. And it's a lot easier to record with this thing than you might think, because of you could basically just record off of your iPhone and your Apple subscriptions or off of YouTube and just make a nice playlist on this thing. And so what I forgot to mention over on my stereo system is I have a Bluetooth adapter. And so that's what enables me to do that. But this thing is awesome. I love listening to it. Back in the 70s, if you had one of these things, it was kind of like the mic drop, man. It was like you had the system, man. You were like a serious dude about your stereo equipment because you have the reel-to-reel. Because they're expensive, and they're expensive to maintain. Like this thing, I got to take it in and get it serviced. And it probably cost me a couple $100, but to me, it's worth it. And the tapes are expensive if you can find them. But the sound quality is amazing, guys. It's more awesome than you would think that it would be for being on tape. And check out these reel-to-reel tapes that I found. Look at this, Jimi Hendrix, Band of Gypsies. And then I got, let's see, Johnny Cash, The Holy Land, Johnny Cash, San Quentin. You guys probably all know that one. And then the Beach Boys 2020. And you're not going to believe it, but I picked all of these up for 10 bucks at a flea market. And I know the Jimi Hendrix one goes at least for a couple $100 on eBay. So anyhow, there's my reel-to-reel. And I have it all situated on this little guy here that I picked up at the thrift store. And this is a solid piece of furniture. And it has all my extra speaker wires and everything down there. I paid 15 bucks for it. Now it was an ugly yellow, but I sanded it down and I painted it. And these were gold and I just painted them silver. And yeah, I got a nice little setup here. Let me know what you guys think. But if you can afford it, I highly recommend you getting a reel-to-reel, which leads me to cost, right? So I bought this online on eBay, right? And I paid 550 bucks for it. When I got it, it had like a little tiny, it had a crack right here, right? And I'm very meticulous about my stereo equipment. I don't like any snags or scratches on my speakers, nothing like that, right? So I messaged the gal and she said, oh, you know what? It wasn't cracked when I shipped it. She sent me a tag to send it back. And I was going to, because that's how meticulous I am, right? I went to the post office and she sent me the wrong tag. And so I messaged her and she said, you know what? I filed a claim with FedEx because they packed it. They're going to cover it. Just keep it. So I got it for free, which, you know what? Yeah, I got it for free. It sounds like maybe I was being kind of chicken, but I wasn't. I was totally willing to send it back. Like, where are you going to find, you know, a new dust cover? And very rarely do you find these with just a dust cover. Usually they have, you know, enclosed cases. So anyhow, it all worked out. Didn't pay a thing for it. So there's that. Moving on, the next set of speakers that I have. Okay, so this is my next set of speakers. I don't have these hooked up because for the amount of space I have in here, it's just way too much. But I love these speakers. They are a pair of SRS flat panel speakers. I picked these things up for 49 bucks at the Goodwill, and they are immaculate. Now, the original set comes with a subwoofer. Didn't come with a subwoofer, but these things sound incredible. And also, if I'm going to pair them up with those Polk Audio towers, they have more than enough bass where I don't need a subwoofer. But yeah, these things are immaculate. The speakers themselves are probably about 2 inches wide. And they retail on, people are selling them online for 700 bucks, just the speakers. So without the subwoofer. So I got a killer deal on these. I've tried to sell them a couple of times and people have, you know, showed interest in them. And then I just back out because I like them so much. And where are you going to find another pair of speakers like this, guys? But I got them for 50 bucks. And if I found them for 50 bucks, so can you. Okay, so this is the system I have in my master bedroom. For starters, I have a Onkyo receiver. And I have a Sony dual cassette deck. Yeah, I didn't show them to you guys, but I do have some cassettes downstairs. I really hardly ever listen to them. But yeah, so I have the Sony dual cassette deck. And then I have a TIAC 5 CD changer. And then on top of that, I have a Sony Blu-ray, because you can see the movies back here, with a Roku 55-inch TV. And then also I have this pair of Polk Audio tower speakers. And I've had these speakers for over 20 years. They were probably one of the first things I bought for myself when I started doing okay in real estate. And I paid, I bought these at a place called Circuit City. And I paid 300 bucks a speaker for them. So it was 600 bucks for the pair. And these things, like Polk Audio makes a very sturdy quality speaker. These things have lasted forever. The only thing I had to do was replace a tweeter one time. And I just went on Polk Audio's website. I think they charged me like 20 bucks for it. Well, this was back then. And they shipped it to me and I was good. Anyhow, I paid, like I said, 600 bucks for the speakers. Very nice set of speakers. And I paid 15 bucks for the, no, I paid $8 for this TIAC. It was a little dirty, I cleaned it up, but it works excellent. And the Onkyo receiver I picked up, I want to say I picked it up at a thrift store, and I couldn't have paid more than 25 bucks for it. And in fact, I want to say I paid 20 for it, but let's say 25 bucks. And this thing is awesome. And I mentioned that I had one downstairs, but I also have one up here too. It's a Bluetooth adapter, so I can stream from my Apple playlist. Yeah, it's just awesome. Great sound up here, or great sound downstairs. And the good thing about having the Bluetooth is I work from home, so if I know I'm going to be getting calls from clients or I'm expecting calls, I will just listen to my Apple subscription. And when my phone rings, the music goes off. When I hang up, it comes right back on. So that's what I like about it. And this cassette deck I picked up for $15 at the Salvation Army, and that was in Corona. Yeah, that's my stereo setup for my master bedroom. I just love having this thing up here. You know, even though the stereo I have downstairs will more than fill the house, but if I go down, you know, I have a master bathroom and, you know, I got to go down a little bit, and so the sound doesn't quite carry. So if I know I'm going to be up here for a while, I'll just listen to this. There you have it, guys. Tell me what you think of my setup. Tell me about your setup. But anyhow, guys, that's my setup. Let me know what you guys are doing, what you're listening to. Anyhow, guys, that's it. How do I leave you? Take care. God bless you.